And I'm just going to get some olive oil in here. Not too much, just enough to coat the bottom. And then get the asparagus right in the pan. And that is how hot you want it. And just kind of spread it out a little bit. Get a little salt in there. And then just kind of shake it. You want it to be very high. I'm even going to turn it up because once I put it in there, a little bit of a cool vegetable goes into a hot pan. It immediately reduces the temperature in the pan. So I'll just stir this around a little bit. This whole thing in the end is going to go into the oven to cook a little bit. So I don't have to get the whole thing cooked here. I just want to get it nicely blistered and bring out some of the flavors. So I have a lemon here. That's another thing. So I'll get the asparagus all ready and then just squeeze it with a little bit of lemon before I go on. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's about all it needs. Then I'm just going to take it out here onto the platter and use the same pan. The pan now has some oil in there, so it's like seasoned. And it's also got that yummy flavor and whatever health is left behind from our asparagus. And then I'm just going to squeeze the lemon right over the asparagus, catching any seeds that might be there. And get ready to put my onion in. I just chopped a whole onion, not too big, pretty finely chopped. A little bit more olive oil in here. And get the onions right into the pan. Nothing like the smell of onions cooking. So I'm just going to stir this up a little bit. And from here on in, we're just building our whole frittata right here in the pan. So I'm going to let this cook for just a little bit. Meanwhile, over here, I have 10 ounces of frozen spinach that's draining. And yes, I do use frozen spinach now and then. If you have fresh spinach, you can use it, but it's just one of those vegetables that I find very handy to keep in the freezer. I can do a lot of things with it, and I just think it tastes pretty good, and it stays, you know, again, I always say this, a vegetable frozen at the peak of its ripeness is a better vegetable than one if it's a little bit old and fresh at the same time. So I'm going to leave this cooking just a little bit of minute, and I have 2 cloves of garlic that just need to be minced. The garlic just adding a little bit more of that yummy aromatic that makes everything taste good. We don't need too much, just a couple cloves. And if the onion's are already cooking in there, and then you get the garlic in there, you're fine. So the garlic goes in, just going to stir it around and then get the spinach in there. And we're starting to get a little closer to our delicious frittata. All right, so this is drained. I'm going to put this in there and just get it mixed up a little bit. So I have 1.5 cups of milk. Now, if you were wondering whether or not this is a completely and super healthy dish, I think between the asparagus, the spinach, the milk, you've got a lot of vitamins and minerals going on. So health it is. Flavor and health, my favorite combination. All right, then we just mix this up a little bit and make sure that your eggs are just completely broken up. And right here into my pan, make sure that I haven't added just a little bit more olive oil because I don't want it to get too dark on the bottom. And I can tell that it's ready to go into the oven because the bottom set, there's some bubbles coming up from the bottom. That means there's heat coming all the way through. So I'm taking all this asparagus, which has been blistered, and just laying it across the top. It looks so beautiful when it ends up coming out because the eggs kind of puff around the outside of the asparagus. It's a beautiful presentation. And you know me, loving my cast iron the way I do, this whole thing is going to go to the table, and that's how I'm going to serve it. So 375 degrees into the oven. Let's just get that in. Now this is going to cook in about 18 to 20 minutes. So after 18 minutes, come take a look and just see where you're at. You can jig a little bit and make sure that it's set. So we have an asparagus and spinach frittata here that has cooked in a 375 degree oven for about 20 minutes. And I just let it rest just to make sure that it's set. And then I'm just going to give it a cut and have a little taste myself. I'll just cut it out. And you'll be surprised how easily and cleanly it comes right out of the pan. It smells so good. And don't forget, I have this amazing little relish that I made. Look how beautiful that's set up. A little bit of relish on top, just for a little extra flavor. My mouth starts watering as I see the relish going over the frittata. A little bite while I'm just standing here. It's so good, it shouldn't be healthy.
Thanks for watching. Hungry for more? Click here for more great recipes, and to subscribe, click here. Check back every week for more craveable recipes, leave a comment, and tell me what you think. And don't forget, head over to our other channels for Everyday Food with Sarah Carey, Martha Stewart Weddings, and the Martha Stewart channel.